Hello, welcome to Talk About. I'm Matt Keil. I'm with Abbie Heppe, and the subject today is the Black Ops multiplayer reveal.
Yes, because we got our hands on with it last night, or I don't know when, because
It was last night.
It was last night, but, you know, this was... Whatever. Anyway, I should probably preface this by saying that we played in a very controlled environment. You know, obviously we're not playing the game out in the wild. Everything was, you know, set up, optimal internet connections, you know, limited amount of people playing on the servers we were on. So, that said, things can change in the future. And past that...
In a loud environment, so we weren't able to coordinate our strategy the way we might.
Right, and, oh yeah, it was also very loud. And also, you know, there's not a million other kids playing and exploiting things in the game. Which, you know, if they have a beta,
beta, let's hope for a beta.
Yeah. That said, I had a great time.
Yeah, so did I.
I really enjoyed myself. They've done a lot of really interesting things with the game. I'll say the only thing that kind of stuck out as a negative in my mind off the bat was that I wasn't a fan of dogs in World at War. They're back as a very high-level kill streak. They're pain in the butt to kill, which is why they're a high-level kill streak. But the dogs were never something I really, you know, enjoyed. So,
But
good things.
Well, I mean, as a lot of people probably already know, it's, you know, this is by Treyarch. You know, Infinity Ward makes the Modern Warfare games, but now this is Treyarch, who also made World at War and Call of Duty 3. And they've always kind of been the B team for the Call of Duty franchise, but I think this one really feels and plays on the level of the Infinity Ward games.
Yeah.
And I think the map design might, if it's consistent throughout the game, might be the best map design we've seen in the series. So
I wouldn't disagree. I thought the maps that we played last night were fantastic. We played Summit, which is a very, like, snowy alpine hill, but meets, like, I don't know, it feels like one of those rooms the Russians would be in, like, with their secret, like, we're going to launch it now.
Yeah.
Although we did play a lot of sort of nuclear rocket launcher silo themed levels.
But what I liked about that one was the flow was good, but there were ways to get kind of on the outside rim of some of the cliffs, so like you could sort of short circuit people's orbits.
Yeah. But that's standard in most multiplayer maps. There's usually like a way through the center, and then, you know, those around the outside. What I liked about these maps is there was underground routes through some of them. There was the above ground stuff, so you get a good range of height in all the levels, and they were all sort of complex, like. I feel sometimes that the maps in Call of Duty before have been basically simplistic. These really had a lot of ways to work through. I was surprised how many times I ran around and didn't find someone to kill.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, I don't think there were as many people in that lobby as there would have been in a normal match, but just because how many people joined. But there were points when I was wandering around going like, where is everyone? I was waiting to kill someone. And I did get to use the RC car and like drive up behind someone and just blow them all to hell.
RC car was a lot of fun.
And as Matt discovered, right trigger, not
right
gas.
Right trigger is not the gas. Right trigger is explode under
Did
your
you kill
foot.
yourself when you did it?
Yes.
That sucks. Oh, boy. Anyway, some of the other things that are new that we should really be talking about is, first off, they have sort of a bot mode where you're playing against enemy AI. And they didn't necessarily get into how complex it gets. It looked easy.
Yeah.
But what I'm really excited about that mode, I mean, I think it works good for people who haven't played multiplayer, and I think their intent is that people who don't play multiplayer often are going to go into this and kind of learn the ropes. But for me...
And you play with people, like a co-op kind of thing.
But for me, I'm looking forward to being able to test out all the different weapon loadouts and everything that I use within the game, and stuff that I don't use, so I can get a sense of how it's used.
Yeah, if you're not into the competition against other players, it'd be good to just play with your friends in the same kind of environment. And if you are into the competition like you are, it's clearly a cool staging ground kind of mode.
Like, I mean, I wanted to ask about, you know, are they able to use a lot of the more complex tools that that we didn't get to actually play that mode.
Right. I'm wondering, like, can you set the AI to do certain things, or can you set it up in like a training situation that you'd want to, like, say we hate the dogs and we want to practice against dogs. Like, could you set it up so they just constantly summon dogs at you, and like you can learn what the timing and what the aiming needs to be to kill a dog before it jumps you?
Yeah. Absolutely. I think that the possibilities for it are sort of limitless, if those are all included.
It hinges on how good the AI is, really.
Yeah. Like I said, that there were varying levels, and we have a couple interviews coming up with Treyarch people on Future X-Play and online, so everybody will get a chance to hear it coming straight from them. What was also I'm excited about is the theater mode. I mean, I know that it's something that's been in Halo for a while, and I've been just waiting for somebody to put it into Call of Duty, and it's here now, and I'm really excited. I actually like to, oh, that was awesome. I want to, record that, and they let you fly around, and we weren't using it last night because we were just straight playing multiplayer, but that's a feature that I'm excited for. I mean, probably only really hardcore fans are stoked,
people who make television and like to have cool angles.
Yes, what do we do?
I mean, we certainly abuse the Halo 3
a lot
theater mode for Master Chief Theater and stuff like that on the show, so having that for a modern style
it's going to let us have a lot of fun. I'm excited about that.
It opens up some things for XPlay, I think.
And then the other thing that was really impressive is they have an extra mode that's called Wager Mode. And Wager Mode is basically you're betting on your own skills. And the top 3 take home basically money, which you can use for upgrades and stuff.
This was a hard one to pull away from.
Yeah,
this
it was.
A good one.
Because what it does so well, and I kind of wonder what players it's going to attract, whether it's you're going to get the kind of lower end, don't play a lot players, whether it's all going to be like the best of the best, which, I mean, we'll have to wait until after launch. But what's really cool about this mode is it has several different game types that aren't actually in, the standard multiplayer. There was one where your weapons were constantly changing. So every 30 seconds, a minute, 30 seconds, your gun would change. And so sometimes you'd be on a small map and it would be sniper rifles, and that's when I'd bring out the knife. Or
sometimes you'd be using dual semi-automatics.
Yeah,
and then
akimbo SMGs.
And then suddenly you'd switch to a pistol, and you're like this.
Yep.
It's it really works well, and there seems to be a little bit of, I mean, it's random, but it tended to finish you, there's a thing where it says final weapon, in the final 30 seconds of the match, and the final weapons always tended to be a game changer.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's some planning going on there on the part of the game.
I loved that mode personally.
Yeah, it was really hard.
There's another one where you get one bullet in your pistol, and then basically if you kill someone, you can take their bullet, and so on and so forth. I thought that was interesting. And there's a couple more. I mean, they're all similar. They all have a really fun theme to them, stuff that you can't necessarily build for yourself in a private lobby, which I think is awesome. I'm glad to see them kind of creatively thinking about how this could be, played. So. And
in terms of Wager Mode, we should probably mention the money and how the opening perks and weapons and stuff is very different from previous.
Yeah. And every time that you're unlocking a perk or an item, you're basically paying for it, and it didn't cost much. I mean, in a round or two, I had everything to buy pretty much my current loadouts. A couple of the names on things have changed, and they've actually restructured what perks compete against each other. So there's some perks that I'm trying to remember this specifically which ones, but you can't actually use them together like you would be able to in Modern Warfare 2.
Ghost and Scavenge are no longer compatible.
Ghost isn't a renaming of yes. I think that's fascinating. I think that all those things, yes. And they do. So it'll change your character's look, and you can also customize your guns and put your emblem on them and unlock just. It also looked like you were unlocking challenges.
Yes, the challenges and the contracts were you pick your mercenary or your specialist or your basic contracts that would let you it's like the challenges in the other games that you buy them and then agree to complete them in a certain amount of time or a certain number of games, and if you complete them you get a lot of extra money for that.
Yeah, and I think that's really interesting. I think that is an element of the game that I'm going to have to wait until I'm playing on my profile with all of my stuff and seeing how that really affects my gameplay and my leveling. Although leveling really pretty quickly.
Yeah, it was moving pretty quick, and
it always does at the lower levels, though.
Yeah, but I like the idea that maybe somebody really wanted that M16 in Call of Duty 4, and they had to go all the way up to level 60 or up to 55 to get it. And now if that's your favorite weapon, you don't have to wait that long. You just have to earn that amount of money.
You don't have to wait that long for an M16.
It was one gun. I don't remember.
AK-47 is the last one in the whatever. Anyway,
wasn't it the other way around?
No, and not in which one? COD4 or Modern Warfare 2? Oh, 4. Yeah, no, that was unlocked earlier, and then Anyway, so different. Yeah. All right, we'll stop. I know
we do this all day.
I know, but anyway, there's a lot in that terms of kind of character building and choosing those loadouts and doing the contracts that I really can't get a good feel for, I think, in the amount of time that we had to play the game. But in all over how it was feeling, we were playing a lot of deathmatch, we were playing the wager modes, everything felt right, everything felt great. I mean, any person, as you should be able to just pick up the controller and feel like you're playing a Call of Duty game. And I think what they've added, I totally predicted napalm a long time ago. Actually, I think I might have predicted that for World at War. and it is now, and so that was one of the new kill streaks. Huh?
I don't think there was an napalm in World War II.
No. Should have been. No, this was for this one when they said it was Vietnam. I was like, right, it's been a long year. Yeah. But they've added a couple new kill streaks. A lot of stuff is sort of similar, but sort of renamed into something else. There was actually a really crazy turret, the SAM turret, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, the SAM turret was you were using that very successfully.
All you have to do is find that point, that door that everybody comes out of.
In Modern Warfare 2, you're the anti-air person a lot, and now you're going to be even more deadly.
I know. I love the anti-air stuff. But I love that. I love that, everybody, there's way more, options for kind of customizing everything and making it your own, which I think works out strong. I also didn't get a chance. Nobody was abusing grenade launchers, so I didn't really get a chance to feel for the game balance on that. But
it'll be time, I'm sure, to dig into it more, but it was a good first impression.
Time will tell. Very good first impression. I really like what they're doing. The game looks fantastic. Obviously it's not finished yet. And we'll see what tweaks and changes that they make in the upcoming months. But I'm sold. All I could think last night was like, I think my time with Modern Warfare 2 is done. Yeah, they
really, with all the turmoil that's happened with Infinity Ward, Treyarch's really stepping up and taking the place of the primary developer on this series.
Treyarch doesn't have the same sort of contemptuous relationship with Activision.
Friction-laden,
yes,
perhaps.
But at the same time, I think they're learning a lot of lessons that happened with Modern Warfare 2, and then in applying them to this, I think that this game will probably be patched and supported after release. Again, wait to be seen, but it does seem to like that support is behind it, and that they'll really do their best to make sure that this doesn't suffer from the same sorts of problems. And for me, that means that I'll be playing this because I want to play something that's not broken.
Yes.
Finally.
All right, so there you have it. Hopefully
I'm such a masochist.
You are. Well, hopefully we'll have a beta, and
absolutely. And I would kill.
You can see some of this firsthand before the release of the game, and
good job. That was a lot of fun, and I'm really looking forward to this game.